Hello everyone. So today I'll explain props drilling. What is props drilling and how we can avoid in props drilling. So first of all I will increase text size. So props drilling. So props drilling is when you pass data like props from a parent component and down to deeply nested child components. And even if intermediate components don't actually need that data, just reach the component that actually needs it. Like props drilling is when you pass data like props from a parent component down to deeply nested child components. Even if intermediate components don't actually need the data just to just to reach the component that actually needs it. So that is props drilling. And now I will explain in one example of props drilling. So you can better understand. So this is the app.js file I will create for in okay, in that only I will explain just for okay, it is saying sign in with Google. Simply I am created one file like props.js. Okay. It is not updated. I am writing here. So it is like normal function. I'm just writing the syntax of like how we can write props drilling. Grant parent and then like simply const user and we can say like ria and then simply return and then it is a parent. We can pass user simply pass user and then yeah, this is grandparent component. So I create one function. Now I will explain function. Oh, it's huh. So function now parent and then return child user and then user. Okay, so in that I will pass user and the next is function child, and then return h1 hello user. Okay, so this is the code which I write it. So here user is passed from grandparent. I passed user from grandparent, okay, in ria. Okay, so even tough parent doesn't need it. It is like passed from grandparent, and then grandparents comes in parent, okay, and then parents come in child, okay, and child even though parent doesn't need it. So this is props drilling, and it can get messy when the app grows. Okay, this is like looking like messy because I passed user in grandparent and I will access in child component. Okay, so that's how we can write props drilling. And the next question is like how we can avoid, because it's like very messy, we can't use like this type of. So here is like one solution of that, how to avoid props drilling. How to avoid props drilling. So we can avoid props drilling using context API. It is built in React solution. Context API. So it is like built-in React solution. It is create a context and provide the data globally without passing it manually through every component. Create a context and provide the data globally without passing it manually through every component. Okay, so first is context API, and then second is state management libraries. For Piggers app, we can use first is state management libraries. For bigger apps, if we build like for bigger apps, so first we can use Redux, Justent, Recoil, and Mobix. Mobix. This helps manage state centrally with deep prop passing. Okay, and the next is component composition. Component composition. So component composition is sometimes we can redesign like our component to avoid deep hierarchies and props passing. Now always possible, but it is clean design practice. Okay, so this is the component composition. So this how we can avoid like props drilling in this context API. I will create a separate video of context API. Okay, that's why I'm not explain here for like in code. So I will explain in like in individually in what is context API, and how we can use context API and avoid the props drilling, how we can avoid. Okay, so just simply I explain how we can avoid here using context API, state management libraries, and component compositions. So this all about props drilling. I will decrease the text. Yeah. So this is all about props drilling. If you like this video, so please share and subscribe. Thank you.